This is a podcast called 25 Whistles talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
All right, blow the whistle, Eddie. All right, let's start it. I made my discussion list, and my first question is who wins the NFC East. And I write that down before I start answering it myself because I'm just wondering if I'm giving up on the Cowboys completely.
I would.
Not as a fan, but as a bettor, because I remember I bet like $1,500 won 25,000.
Yeah.
So who wins the NFC East? I wrote it down. Here's the information. The Giants are in 4th place. Now, the great thing about this, there are only 4 teams. Easier to win with less teams.
Yep.
The Giants are 2-6. They will not win the division.
No.
Like that, there's no chance. They're going to play the Commanders. Probably won't win that. They're going to play the Panthers. Who knows? It doesn't even matter. I don't even walk to their schedule because they suck. But the Giants will not win the division. I'll mark them off. The Cowboys are 3-4. Do they suck, Eddie?
Yes.
Are you saying that because you're sad?
No. I'm being realistic for the first time in my life as a Cowboys fan. They suck.
What can they do to not suck?
Right now, they could...
Like, how can they patch this season together? Trade deadline hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, we need trades for sure.
Is it today? Or is it next week?
November.
No, it's election day.
Yeah.
So we have a few days?
Yeah, to make the team better. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think we just got to get rid of head coach. We got to change the whole staff.
Oh, wow.
Change the
everything.
logo, build a new stadium.
Don't call us America's team anymore.
Wow, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've given up.
It's just not going to happen this year.
Okay, everyone, and when they do make a run, inevitably they will do something to give hope to some people. Do not let them get back on.
Nope. We'll have that clip.
Get back on what? My own team?
Not your team anymore. You just gave them up.
Yeah.
You just sent them away until they get a new head coach.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Oh,
Love the Cowboys. Love the Cowboys.
You're being a big hater.
But are they going to make the playoffs? No. Are they going to change their season around? No, I really don't think that's going to happen, especially with the
But I asked, what
playing.
could they do? And you said...
Restart the whole system. It's like, when you play Nintendo, you just unplug it, man. Turn it off. It's not going to happen this year.
Okay, but inevitably, when they do make some little micro run, we're not accepting your enthusiasm.
Yeah, and I will see it as a micro run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cowboys remaining. Falcons. I think they can win that game. They may not win the game. I think they can win that game. Eagles, that'll be a big one. Texans, that's tough. Commanders.
Oof.
I can't buy in fully to the Commanders yet.
You can't?
No.
Dang.
We're
It's
week
pretty magical,
8,
though, no?
right?
That's why. But that's exactly why
Okay.
it's magical.
It's too magical.
It's too magical.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So if it were consistent, I would go, yeah. And also rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
We did this with Texans last year, and
Yes.
I never believed in C.J. Stroud.
Yes.
And I was an idiot. But it's so magical, it's hard for me to believe right now that it's going to maintain. So let me see how many wins the Cowboys could possibly have in my mind. Let's see. Falcons. I'm just going to give them one. If it's borderline, I'm giving it to them.
Gosh, you can't even look
One.
at the schedule and make a true decision on
Commanders, 2. I'm just going to, if it's flip coin,
that. You say win?
yeah, 2. It's coin flip, but coin flip, I'm giving it to them. Giants, 3. Bengals, no. Even though the Bengals have to win like 7 to 9 to make the
Yeah.
playoffs. Panthers, okay, 4. Bucks, why not? 5.
So we're playing Fantasy World,
Eagles.
Fantasyland. Go for it.
I think they can win 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10, which will put them at 9-8. And I think there's an outside shot that 9-8 can get you in the playoffs. So a lot of things have to happen.
Like?
Well, they have to beat the teams that are coin flip.
No. I know that. That's the obvious. But what else could happen?
Oh, dude, I have no idea. They suck.
We get like 2 other good
Dude,
receivers
dude,
all of a sudden.
Trade deadline's next week.
Our offensive line doesn't allow any sacks. That'd be
It seems
cool.
like all the receivers they're gone.
Teams.
The trading receivers.
Dak
We'll
doesn't
give
throw
you Mike
another
Williams
interception.
for free.
there you go.
No, Mike Williams is still out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we'll probably give Mike Williams.
And also it's a little easier to get a mid to good receiver than it is a mid to good quarterback or offensive lineman. You can probably get a good decent linebacker,
But if they get like an Adam Thielen or a Mike Williams, does that?
What does that do for us?
You need a
that's
running
better
back.
than Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. That's
So when you say that's better than Brandon Cooks. So
He's still not playing.
No, he's
right?
not playing.
But I'm saying that's the ceiling of your number 2.
Yeah.
Is Brandon Cooks.
Right now it's Tolbert
Right. But
or the little guy.
but you're missing my point. At their best, the ceiling of a number 2 is Brandon Cooks. And Thielen or Mike Williams or whomever is better than that.
Better than that.
But you're also right that who just said that?
What?
Somebody said something smart and I liked it and I forgot.
Probably me.
Does
What
it really
you
do
need a
anything
running
for
back?
him?
Nah, we'll move on.
What did I just say?
It wasn't. I don't think it was you, dude. I'm just guessing. I don't think it was you. Eagles are 5-2, so they're in second place. They're playing the Jaguars.
No,
Here's the thing about the Eagles. I know they're 5-2, but it's not a believable 5-2
Yeah.
because it's just been weird.
You know, it's weird. They blew out the Bengals last week in the second half, but you almost believe in the Bengals still more than you do in them for whatever reason.
yeah, it's weird.
I guess because of the collapse
Because
last
it's-
year, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I guess because Sirianni, and I don't
Yeah.
mind Sirianni, but they act like Sirianni's the devil and the dumbest dude ever.
Yeah.
Well, Sirianni, you would look at him and be like, "Gosh, this guy's so smart. He knows what he's doing." Now you look at him and be like, "He looks scared."
Yeah.
He
Well, he
looks
shaved his head.
terrified.
He shaved his head.
Well, that
'cause-
could be it.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. But they're
Yeah, yeah.
to me to see they're 5-2 is a bit surprising. Even though I would count it and go like, oh, okay,
They
5-2 is really
almost
good.
lost to Cleveland too. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
they blew out the Bengals, but then they almost lost to Cleveland
Yeah.
with Deshaun Watson. So it's like you don't even know what
Yeah, the
you're
Eagles
getting.
are good. What are we doing?
And they do have A.J. Brown back.
And they're talking about
Devontae
firing their
Smith.
coach. They talked about firing their
Yeah.
coach for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and they're 5-2. Okay, Eagles are playing the Jags.
Win.
Probably coin flip. Cowboys. I don't know. The Cowboys are going to win one of those games. I think the Cowboys beat them one of the 2 times, just because it's the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Okay.
Commanders, don't believe in them yet. Rams are getting hot, boys.
Well, yeah, they're
They
full
got their
strength.
guys back.
Rams
yep.
are getting hot, boys.
Puka.
Ravens probably lose that. Panthers probably win that. Steelers, Commanders. Then you have the Commanders. Let's look at their schedule. Giants, they should win that. Steelers, I bet they lose that.
Really?
I really don't care.
I mean, the
but-
Cowboys beat the Steelers.
yeah, but the Cowboys played the Steelers with Justin Field.
Yeah.
yeah, correct.
Eagles, Cowboys. Commanders have the Titans. The Saints are now terrible. They were the best team ever 2 weeks in. Eagles. Looks like
love
the
them.
Commanders have the hardest schedule though remaining. So I'm gonna say the NFC East is probably. I'm gonna guess the Eagles win the NFC East, based on nothing but looking at what's happening and not believing in the Commanders. They're still the Commanders, and I cannot believe that a team is now good after they've been so bad for so long after only 8 games, regardless of who's running it. I just can't shift that. My perception of the Commanders is still terrible, and it's going to take. Like I now see the Texans as a pretty good team, and it took a year and a half for me to actually see that logo as a winning logo.
I was going to ask you what week will it take, but it sounds like next year.
Yep.
Okay.
Not a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that was number 1. Who wins the NFC East? I'm going to go with the Eagles based on the schedule, although I would like to the Cowboys make the playoffs, so Eddie is not allowed to root for them.
That's why.
You are not allowed to root for the Cowboys.
You know what? I think I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, me
now.
too. Eddie is not allowed to root.
yes.
And I tell you what, if they make the playoffs, maybe we all go and don't take him.
What?
Hey, typical Cowboy fans over there. Gosh, who loves those guys?
Eddie, who wins NFC East?
I think right now the Commanders do. I mean, if the Commanders keep playing the way they're playing, they're going to win the NFC East. Which is shocking because no way we thought that at the beginning of the season.
Your boy
if
Dan
the,
Quinn.
If
right?
the Eagles
Yeah.
keep playing the way they're playing, they'll win too. They just have a game less.
Right.
Just using your logic.
Yeah, you're right.
against
You're
you.
right. You're right. I just, for some reason, I look at the Eagles and
Me
be
too.
like,
It looks
gosh, they just-
dysfunctional. It looks so dysfunctional.
and I start thinking, like, losing Kelsey, did that do that much to the team?
Do you
Because
feel?
they couldn't do the tush push.
I
which is
saw them
crazy.
unsuccessfully push tush the tush push too.
That's a big sign.
But
I
Jalen
know.
Hurts still had a hell of a game last week.
But
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
had
they
like
have
38
4
fantasy
total
points.
touchdowns or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
but he didn't say that. He said they couldn't do the tush push.
Which is crazy,
a failed
dude.
tush push.
There was last year. It's like if they attempted it, it was going to happen.
But I would
guaranteed.
say too, they're strategizing how to stop it. The more they do it, the more teams are trying to figure out how to stop it as well. So that's probably counting that too.
yeah, it's true too.
But I agree. I mean, who wins it? Let's go, Eddie. NFC East. You say the Commanders.
I say Commanders.
Because
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
yeah, exactly. In your Cowboys hat. Casey.
I think the Eagles are going to squeak it out. I think they're too talented. I think they're going to find a way to win the division, but then they could probably fail gloriously in the playoffs.
Kevin.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Commanders too. I'm all in.
Reed.
I'm gonna go Eagles, man.
Yeah, boy, Reed.
Love those Eagles.
Okay.
Favorite team.
So I have on my list here. I have the new updated pickleball rankings for
Come
our
on.
league.
Oh, God. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be
Hey.
back.
Let's hear it. Let's
So
hear it.
To be in the rankings, you have had to play at least twice. So no one can show up once and be really good or really bad and make the list.
That's fair.
Because that's unfair because somebody can show up once and then never fall off the list.
Yeah.
So the new rankings. Where's my list? This is a very important list that I wrote with pen 5 minutes ago. Can you hear all my papers?
Oh, yeah.
Shuffling.
Sound like a mad scientist over there.
I guess I could go from my memory. The new rankings are at number 1, well, still me.
Yeah.
At number 2, still George Burge.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but he's played like 4
Bye week.
Yeah, he has the games.
Yeah, I know.
Did I throw that sheet away? Is it even official if I don't have the sheet?
Hey, did your dog eat your homework?
At number 3, Kickoff Kevin.
Yeah, we
Jumps
came up.
all the way to number 3.
It's
Let's
a big-
go.
Big day. Big
Let's
day.
go.
Wow. At number 4, Reed.
Come on, baby.
Went
Yeah,
from
Reed.
7 to 4. He was the Goldfish. Now, and the Goldfish meaning he didn't have that dog in him. He had that Goldfish in him. He's at number 4 now.
Get him, Reed.
At number 5, injured, but still number 5, Kevin Klug.
Oh.
That's crazy. The injured Kevin Klug is number 5.
At number 6, Gator.
Oh.
And at number 7, the worst pickleball player.
Oh, no.
He now is called the Goldfish. Eddie.
Dang.
Boo.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
The pickleball rankings. Eddie, Reed brought Eddie a Goldfish sticker and puts it on his chest.
He's a new
Reed
Goldfish,
was
baby.
Reed. Dang.
Well,
He
Not
came
me anymore,
prepared.
baby.
Wow.
Boy,
You woke the
Reed.
beast, man.
Reed, you jumped all the way to 4 too, buddy.
I'm proud of myself. I'm hurting today, but it was worth it.
Amen. Eddie.
yeah, man. I don't have much to say. Just I played terribly. That singles game's tough. It's a lot of court.
Because
I
Reed,
wasn't
you,
fast enough.
Reed, you beat him.
Mm-hmm.
So the first big match was Kevin and Eddie because Eddie's like, I can't wait to play Kevin.
Could not wait.
And Kevin just disposed of him.
Dominated me.
Yeah, just disposed of him.
Yeah.
What was that score, Kevin?
7-2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And so for those wondering, we played a 7 because there's a lot of singles matches, and we played a 7 instead of 11 because we'd be there all day. So after that, it ended up being what we thought would be the last place match between Reed and Eddie, and Reed disposed of Eddie. And then Gator, who runs the station, ended up playing, and Reed beat Gator. And so then it just ended up being Eddie being the Goldfish,
Yep.
the heart of a goldfish.
Yep. Fell off the ranking list.
Dang.
How you feel about that, buddy? I need you to say something. Speech.
No. I mean, what do you want me to say, man? It feels terrible. I'm gonna get back to training. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna hit the pickleball court, and hopefully I get back on the list and slowly move my way back up.
I love Reed taking a picture of you now with the goldfish in your chest.
Hey, smile with
No,
the
I'm not
Goldfish.
smiling.
Come on, man.
Like you're the worst.
I am the worst out of you guys.
That sucks. Yeah. Sorry.
How do you feel being the best?
I won't be the best forever. I work hard to be the
Please.
best. I'm trying to get people to come out and play and push me. Kevin pushes me now a little bit. I mean, I still beat him pretty bad score wise, but he moves
Yeah, but
me
yesterday
around.
was, oh.
What?
It was like, what's the movie? Fast and Furious. You know when he's like, oh, I almost had you. And it's like, no, you didn't. I felt like, I know it was 7-1. Okay. The score was 7-1. But
How are you going to justify this?
But in my head, I screwed up so many times. Every time I had a serve and I had an opportunity to make a point, I screwed up. But in my head, it was way closer. And that's all that matters.
And you know,
I'm coming.
You know, when Reed and I played too, we were 0-0 for 30 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
what does that say about our level? Man, we're just
Well, what it
scraping
says
the
is Reed's
bottom.
ranked 4 and you're ranked 7.
Dang.
I know.
Hey, but you know what, too, is it's, and I'm not going to blame it on this, but it's almost not fair. You try really hard to put that dog into Reed. You don't say anything to me while I'm playing.
No, I try to motivate because
Yeah, you do.
Reed is like a kind, gentle soul, and it hurts. It doesn't hurt Reed to lose, but it hurts Reed when we make fun of him for losing. So, and there's
I
a
need
difference. It does not hurt Reed to lose because he's just a kind, sweet guy, and he loses. He's like, I'm sure there'll be another game tomorrow. Again, a wonderful, sensitive,
Beautiful.
soft guy, and we love him. But what he doesn't like is when we get on here and we make fun of him because that hurts him. So
Like, he didn't like the name Goldfish.
nope.
No, he hated it.
Therefore,
Didn't like it.
I was talking to him before. I was like, dude, you have to play mad because your mad is like our even.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm not mad. I'm like, no, you have to be like play angry. And then like point 2, he's like laughing and flipping his paddle up. And I'm like, dude, you're not. Yes, but you're right. I was trying to emotionally coach him through because he didn't care if he lost, but he does not like us to make fun of him when he loses. So I wanted him to avoid that today.
Yeah. And you know, my coach told me nothing.
You don't
Nothing,
take coach. You take no coaching because I'll tell you what happens with Eddie. The couple and listen, I am not. I don't claim to be great at pickleball. Our group, I'm pretty good. I'm probably pretty good overall, like in the Nashville community. But there are people that are much better than me that I would take a lot of tips from. They would play a lot. And anytime I say anything to Eddie, he goes, I know, I got it. Like immediately.
Does he?
Yes, immediately. Immediately. So it's like
I know what I'm doing, dude.
So it's like so you don't say anything. You just don't say anything because after about the third time, it's like I know. It's like no, you don't because you're not doing it.
No, I really did because I thought it, and then you would say something.
No.
Like, I just thought that. I know.
This is just not true. So that's the deal.
I could have used a little encouragement.
No,
Like, hey man, get that dog. And you would tell Reed, focus, man, focus.
No.
Yeah, because he loses focus because he's like, how can I help the earth today? Sure would like to help somebody struggling. We're like, no, dude, play the game.
But that helped him a lot.
It did help him, yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Even when I was playing him, at the beginning of it, I could tell he was playing mad, and because he was in there. I mean, it'd
Yeah.
been like 7-1 or something, but he, like Kevin said, it was much closer.
I had you,
I
man.
almost had you, man.
I almost had
I know
you,
it was almost a skunk, but
I almost had you.
yeah. But Reed, congratulations,
Thank
buddy.
you, man.
Good job,
I
Reed.
appreciate it.
And then Eddie, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Number 3 on my list of things, I do want to talk about Penn State, Ohio State, which is a fun game for a person who does not care about the Big Ten personally. Like if it's a good game, I like to watch it, but I have no interest in the Big Ten generally as a conference. That game is very interesting to me because you have two teams that kind of need it based on the history of not getting it. I mean, Ryan Day needs a win. Ryan Day cannot lose another game. That would be real bad for him to lose another game. 2 conference losses to Oregon and then Penn State, who they just can't win the game.
Yeah.
They can't get there. And so it's in
Happy Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penn State.
That's awesome.
What do they call it? Napa Valley?
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't Penn State is it not in College?
College Grove.
Grove.
No, that's California. College.
State College.
State College.
State College.
State College, PA. Yeah.
Is that a big deal over there? Like, if you live in the Northeast?
What do you mean? I don't know the answer or question.
Okay.
I don't understand the
What
I
question.
feel
is the
like
question?
this game is just kind of a normal game to me because I'm not from up there.
Oh,
but-
I know it's a massive
Oh,
national
yeah.
game for a couple
Okay.
reasons. One, they're both extremely. I had all my notes here, but they're both extremely high ranked. I was looking for my pickleball notes and I lost every note. It's like when you watch someone in one of those movies, they're walking and they have all their files and they bump into somebody in the hallway and they go everywhere,
all over the floor.
and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like that's literally what happened to me. And so I'll
mean, it's
find. Oh, I got it.
gotta-
I got
okay.
it. I mean, I've lost everything.
I'd say it's got to be there. I mean,
I
there's
have
no.
it.
It's there somewhere.
Ohio State versus Penn State. The spread is Ohio State minus 3.5. James Franklin is 1-9 versus Ohio State as Penn State's head coach. 1-9. That's
tough.
wild. The odds to make the college football playoff, Ohio State minus 1,000, which means they do think they'll make the CFP. But they still have to play Penn State and Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 losses. And you could possibly still get it even with 2. And if anybody gets the benefit of the doubt, it's going to be Ohio State. Penn State minus 650. I think I think he's playing the Penn State quarterback. Last I heard, it's a game time decision, but I think is he not playing?
I think the likelihood he is playing, but like officially they're saying game time. Last thing I read.
Will Howard, the Ohio State quarterback, grew up a Penn State fan, wanted to go there. They didn't recruit him. He went to Kansas State, then transferred to Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these coaches need to win this game.
Yeah.
What have we learned? Both can't win.
Ooh.
Only one winner.
Oh, unless they tie, but now you can't even tie.
No.
So who do you want to win?
Penn
Kevin?
State.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. They've always been the little brother, and Ohio State's always bothered me for some reason. And I just like to see them get that one big win they've been trying for so long for.
Who do you think will win?
Ohio State.
This is a day game, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. That sucks for Penn State.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like the Big Ten, like their big game, they put at noon based on like the network. And that sucks.
Yeah, it's at 11 a.m.
That is terrible. I know.
Central Time.
So noon there. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Ohio State probably wins it. I would love for Penn State to win it. That sucks for James Franklin. He's 1-9.
I know.
Right. If Ryan Day loses this game, they probably hire Signetti from Indiana next year. Ohio State, they probably just fire him
Can you
after
imagine?
this season.
What I heard, he's 62-9, Ryan Day, that is, at Ohio State, and he's still like everyone wants him. He's just on the cusp of being fired.
Well, because Michigan kept pounding him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
You can't beat Michigan. You can't win the national championship. Those are the 2 things they want.
And then if you can't beat Penn State, ooh,
But he can.
he can. But if it's just not a good year to lose to Penn State.
Hey, Reed, what are your thoughts on this game?
Dawson, my roommate, went to Penn State, so I'm gonna give it to Penn State.
There you go.
Underdogs.
that's good.
I'm an underdog. They're an underdog. I believe in them.
He's fourth in the pickleball league, so
So he has an opinion.
yeah. I think if you're,
Oh God.
I think if you're like 6th or 7th, you don't even get an opinion on stuff.
Dang, dude.
Oh, because Goldfish, they don't talk.
They don't even
Oh,
remember.
my
You don't even remember what
God.
the subject
They,
is.
they forgot.
Yeah.
Because you know what's good about a goldfish?
They,
Got 10-second memory.
You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
Oh, that's
Got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a goldfish.
Mike is ready.
I have two other things. The battle of the please give ups. It's the Saints and Panthers and
God, that's a terrible
Patriots
name.
and Titans.
That's terrible. I think my son said something like, they allowed those two teams to play?
They should combine both teams and make
Make
It's
one?
not even a super team, a mediocre team to play the rest of the league.
That's funny.
The Saints are 2-6. They've lost 6 straight. Derek Carr is going to play, right?
Yeah.
Huh. God, they've been terrible, huh? The Panthers are 1-7, losers of 5 straight. Bryce Young expected to start this week. He didn't play terrible last week. I think he threw for like 250 or something, didn't he?
Yeah. They just got
They're
smoked.
they're just
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
The other game, Patriots and Titans. God dang.
I'll be there. Let's go.
They should.
Big game.
What do they call it in soccer?
Relegating.
Yeah, they should relegate 2 of these teams. When
They fall
lose.
off the league.
They're down.
They're out.
They're playing the winner of Penn State, Ohio State next week.
Oh,
So Patriots are 2-6. Drake May still in concussion protocol.
I know.
Jacoby Brissett probably will start. Titans are 1-6. Man, they suck. And they've traded everybody away that was only kind of sucky. So those are 2 terrible games. That the only reason people will put an eyeball on them at all, fantasy and DraftKings. That's it.
Yep.
Thank God that those things exist, or these games would not be seen.
Kevin said
Unless
that,
you're there.
Kevin said that he's going to the game. Like, is it a game that you want to go to? Does it matter that, like,
The cool part is my dad and brother are flying in for it.
Nice.
And we haven't been to a game together in like 5 or 6 years, maybe.
You
So
should win this one too.
that part is cool. If Drake May plays, I am excited to watch. If he doesn't, then I'm kind of like, okay, hopefully we win.
okay.
I hope he doesn't play, and I hope you lose. Because why win? Why win?
Because I'm there.
No, I hear you, but why win?
And deep inside, you're still a fan. Like,
No,
you
but
wanna,
think with your head,
Oof, it's tough.
not your heart.
It's tough. I'm a goldfish.
oh my.
There's not much going on
It's
up
tough,
there.
And then finally, the Dodgers won the World Series. Baseball is a very regional sport. It used to not be. Baseball used to be awesome. Baseball used to be my favorite sport.
What's the region?
Wherever you live.
Ah, your team. Got it.
Yeah, very based
I
on.
thought you meant like only one part of the country watches baseball.
Oh no!
I'm like, where is that?
Mostly the region where you are. If you have a team there, you follow the team.
Got
It's
it.
not really a national sport per se, near as much as the NFL, even a bit of the NBA. The Dodgers are the champs. But to prove my point here, Eddie, how many Dodgers can you name? Starting lineup, go.
Let's see. Let's go with Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Muncy. Don't know his first name.
All right, well, I'll accept it. Max Muncy, you're right.
Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez.
Great job, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Kike Hernandez.
Yeah.
Bien.
Oh yeah. No, he's not. He's a Yankee.
You're doing a good job on this one, though.
Yeah.
Look at the outfield there. Yeah, that's about it. I think Taylor, he comes in and plays a little bit sometimes.
Chris Taylor?
Chris Taylor.
Yeah. I would have said
Oh,
Will
shoot.
Smith
Pitchers.
to the catcher, just because I always think of Will Smith, the actor.
Yeah. Fresh Prince.
Literally the only reason I ever think of him. Austin Barnes.
Or
Go ahead.
That guy.
did you
Joe
get the
Ross.
MVP?
Who's
He
the
did.
MVP?
He did.
You did say it. Okay, never mind.
Otani?
Freeman.
No, Freeman.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mean
yeah.
of the.
Yeah,
of
Freeman.
the,
yeah.
of the World Series.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that
Thank you, man.
was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched. I think it's 4-0, and I was like, "Well, this game's over. It'll for sure go to Game 6." And then I looked at the ESPN app, and it was not over. And then I was like, "I don't even care. I'm done. I don't care about either one of the teams." It was late.
It was late.
I watched it, and the Yankees. I had a friend there that was rooting for the Yankees. Went to Game 5.
That's tough.
Not a diehard Yankee fan, but was just rooting for the Yankees. And thought about texting him, and then I was like, I don't even care that much.
Right.
Which is weird because I lived and died by it. It's so hard in Major League Baseball because the stars aren't on enough. It doesn't matter who the star is. Let's imagine you have a quarterback. Half of the game, you're showing the quarterback on the screen.
Yeah.
He is involved in the play, even if he's
Correct.
handing it off. Look at basketball. There's only 5 dudes out there. He's always seen. And if he's one of the dudes, he's getting the ball a lot. Baseball, let's just use Ohtani. He's only playing DH. So
He's only batting.
he's not in the field defensively, which means he's not on camera anyway, unless a ball gets hit out there. But he's not at all. And
When
then
they go
only-
to commercial, they do show the little thing where he's holding the bat.
That's
But
true.
That's about it.
That's true. But playing, he's only batting 1 out of every 9 spots. So it's hard for a star in baseball to elevate to that level that breaks into like the mass population mass because you don't see him enough. So yeah, it sucks for baseball.
I've never thought about that, but that's true.
Because I would, if the Dodgers were on like game of the week, and I have I have Major League Baseball Sunday ticket,
What's it called?
MLB.
Extra innings.
Extra innings, yeah.
and then I'll be like, let me see what Ohtani. He wouldn't come on forever. And I'm like, well, this sucks. I'll see where they are in the order on the ESPN app and be like, well, I'll just come back.
That's true. But he will be pitching next year, so
Yeah.
that'll help.
It helps that he was awesome enough to not have to pitch this whole year.
I know.
And forgive me, Clayton Kershaw, he got hurt or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering why I wasn't pitching. I'm
Yeah,
like, why is he not?
wasn't on the
Did you know him
roster.
and Matt Stafford went to high school together?
Yeah, I did. I've heard that story.
That's
Like
every
Yeah.
single story ever.
Island Park.
Okay, those are my those are the 5 things I wanted to address. So let's do this. Let's build our parlay real quick, boys.
Got the app up.
So, what's the deal here, Mike?
You want to do 4 picks?
Do they know we don't get 3 right?
4 They know that.
That's tough.
Looking for bigger odds.
But we'll be on the app.
We don't get 3 right. They want us to. Okay. Like, sir, you almost died running the marathon, but we want you to do Iron Man this time. Like, all right. Okay. Well, you want to throw Reed into this?
Oh, yeah, for the 4th.
Yeah, because he'll probably get it right. That's why he'll blindly just get it right. Okay,
You
so
want to look at the schedule, Reed?
Yeah, I got to look at it.
Reed, do you know anybody who's playing this week?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. But you are 4th in pickleball.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
By the way, I put up a clip of Eddie and Reed playing pickleball in my story. They look pretty good. You guys look pretty good in that clip.
Yeah.
Eddie ended up losing the point, but it was a good point loss.
Really?
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you, man.
And in the
Here you
clip that Eddie put up, I was like, it looks so much slower with doubles than singles.
It is
On
slower.
yeah.
Yeah. You're just standing there.
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin, you go first.
I'm going to go with our local team here. Vanderbilt +7 at Auburn.
Man, that felt like a sucker bet. Like
Well,
it's so like I agree so much.
I know.
Got to be wrong.
I know. Why is it so much? I don't know, but I'm going to take it.
Wow. Okay, Vanderbilt +7. Eddie?
I am taking the armed forces. I'm taking Army. Army -22 over Air Force. Air Force has nothing against that triple option. Can't stop.
Have you watched the Army at all?
No. But they're undefeated, I think.
No, they just got killed
They-
by
they
Notre
got
Dame.
beat.
God!
Yeah.
No, they didn't play Notre Dame.
Navy did.
Oh,
Navy
sorry,
did.
sorry,
Don't, do not talk.
Yeah,
I think
Army
sorry,
still,
I'm
Army
sorry.
still
Army is
hasn't
still
lost.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why do you say undefeated?
Did I say that weird?
Maybe I say it weird. I say
What?
undefeated. Undefeated.
Well, I think I was trying to be like undefeated. You know what I mean?
Got
I was
it.
trying to like
Like the
make it
syllables?
sound strong.
Enunciate.
Okay.
Do you like that one?
I didn't know if maybe I said it wrong because it
No,
felt
Army.
weird.
My pick.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. I've seen nothing except people debating if they're going to be in the college football playoff.
Right. Same here. I don't know.
Okay, so you're taking what?
Army -22.
-22?
Yeah.
Against who?
Air Force.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're terrible.
You don't like the Air Force?
No, just
Our Air
in
Force?
football. No, I love our military. I love our armed forces. But in football, go Army.
Reed?
I'm thinking Michigan +14.5 against Oregon. You know,
Oh.
Ooh, Reed.
it's a lot of
Reed.
points. It's at Michigan. You think they're gonna just run through them like that?
Reed, we're idiots. So you hold on to your pick. But that's not a pick I would have made, so it probably will win.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
all right, we're gonna hold
That
on
is
to
true.
it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go Tennessee -16.5. They're playing Kentucky. It's at Tennessee. I do think Tennessee runs one through them. And Kentucky's had a bad loss to Auburn. That's a bad loss. That's an embarrassing loss. That's when you put the graphic up on Twitter and you just go final
Yes.
with no.
Oh, yeah, their
with-
social media
Yeah,
team.
nothing
Yeah.
else. Just final.
Final.
If you want to take the 25 whistles parlay, it'll be up on the site. Go and watch Rick be the only one that hits.
Yeah, right?
You can check out DraftKings Sportsbook. New users use the code BobbySports when you download the app. Boom. All right, I want to get to an interview here. It's pretty awesome. It's my talk with Notre Dame head football coach Marcus Freeman. He was the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame before becoming the head coach in 2021. Fighting Irish 7-1 this season, ranked in the top 10. Big thanks to Coach Freeman for taking the time out of his day and talking with me. Here he is, Marcus Freeman. Hey, Coach. thank you very much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be on here.
Question number 1. Do you guys eat a bunch of Uncrustables?
I think that's all football programs, college, NFL, probably high school. And then me and my wife have 6 kids. So, that Uncrustables are being bought through a lot of different households and football programs.
Like they always do those, like if you could go back in time, what would you invest in? Some people like Apple. Some people's like, I think I would invest in Uncrustables as much as like NFL teams in college. Do you guys have like an Uncrustable order?
Make sure this is off.
Oh yeah. We have plenty of them. We are always stocked with Uncrustables. I don't know what the infatuation is, but they definitely eat them.
Let's talk about Navy for a second. For me, it seems like to play a team that runs an offense like that, it could be Navy, any of the service academies, like what they do is so different than what everybody else does. It's almost like you have to start somewhat over in understanding their offense. Is that true, or am I out of my mind?
No, it's true. It's a unique offense that you don't defend every week. And so you have to have a plan. It's something that you have to work in fall camp. You have to work during your bye week because if you think you're going to be able to put in this special defense in 1 week, it's probably not going to have much success. So it's been something we play Navy every year. So we've had some type of scheme that we've had in our package, but you have to continue to practice it throughout the year before you play them.
Are there assignments that some of your guys, maybe your ends or your linebackers, that they just don't have all year until this week, and you really have to spend extra time with them going, this is your assignment?
Yeah. It's almost every position, and it's making sure the biggest thing is that your eyes are in the right spot because they have so many motions, and we call them smoke and mirrors, that it tries to really cloud your vision. And if you can keep your eyes in the right spot, you have a chance to have success, but then you got to make sure you play with the right technique. But it is again, something that's just unique for only a triple option offense.
And I know you got a couple weeks, and I hate to jump ahead, but I'm not playing, so I don't care. But you're playing Army coming up. Is it very similar in what you're going to do, game planning, or at least understanding what they do? Do they run it almost exactly the same?
I think the core principle of the triple option is the same, but they use different personnel. And when you really evaluate and prepare for an opponent, the triple option is just one part of what they do. They do so many different things, but it's all personnel driven. I think I've heard Army uses a little bit more tight ends, so they might have 2 tight ends in the game, whereas Navy was strictly 1 tight end. But again, there's going to be parts of it that are the exact same, but there's also going to be a big part that is totally different that's predicated just towards what Army or Navy does.
When you're recruiting a kid, do they ever say, it's just too cold up there, Coach?
If they say that, I probably turn away as fast as I can. I let them know that, listen, man, we got jackets, we have indoor practice facility. I'm from the North. I'm from Ohio. I'm a Midwest guy. And so, listen, cold is cold, and you don't ever get used to it. You just got to put on more clothes, and at some point you'll figure it out. But most kids that say, Coach, I can't play in the cold, right away you're not going to get them.
What's like the trick to catching balls in the cold? I know you look at me and you go, that guy was a heck of a high school receiver. And Coach, I accept that. Thank you for saying that in your mind. But I always struggled catching balls in the cold. I can catch balls in the warm, but catching balls in the cold, like what is the key to catching a ball in cold weather?
I think you got to try to keep your hands warm. Like if your hands are frozen, you're not going to be a great pass catcher. And so, obviously hand warmers, they have those, the hand warmers that you wear outside of your uniform. But in between plays, it's really important to keep your hands warm. And so you have to use different things to make sure that happens. That might be hand warmers inside your glove. That might be a couple different things. But if your hands are frozen, you're not going to catch that ball.
Can you wear doctor's gloves inside of a glove?
Yeah, there's some players that do that. There's some coaches that do that.
Dang, that's what I would do. Because we'd be in the deer woods, and I wear doctor's gloves underneath gloves, and I was made fun of. Do you guys make fun of people who do that? Because if so, I take offense.
Not as long as you get your job done, nobody's going to make fun of you. I always say there's no such thing as a cold, tough guy. And so if you're cold, you're cold. You're not being a tough guy. So do whatever it takes to make sure you're warm.
Now, you're going to be humble here. I would prefer you not, but maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. Do you think you could play a solid 2 to 3 minutes a game right now? That answer's yes. You've said enough.
The pride that
You've said enough.
Yeah, it depends on what the offense is doing. But yeah, listen, I mean, my pride is telling me I could give you 2 to 3 minutes. The outcome might be something that the offense or defense doesn't want. But my pride tells me, yeah, I could play a couple plays.
If you win a big game, and I would say, I mean, you guys rolled this week pretty easily, watched the whole game. If you win a big game, how quickly do you go home? Do you have a bit of family time at home, or do you get right to film that evening, depending on who the next opponent is?
Yeah, I go right away. That's just who I am. If it's an away game, I make sure I evaluate the game on the plane. As we come back, if it's a home game, I come right into my office. For me, it's hard to go home and have family time when I haven't evaluated the previous game. So I evaluate that game right away and take some notes, and then go and have a little bit of family time and come in on Sunday, and now you can be ready to move on to the next opponent.
Tell me about Riley Leonard as a dude.
He's awesome, man. He is just a great human being. He's a great teammate. There's not enough compliments that I can give him, but he is a wonderful, wonderful individual.
So after the loss at Northern Illinois, what was the big takeaway that has changed this team for the good?
I think it's just the mindset that we have to have. And I said this to the media on the Monday after that game, is that this is the first time for me as the head coach in my 3 years that we won that big game early. We lost to Ohio State the past 2 years early in the season, and it was kind of like you were humbled and you got to make sure you're getting ready for the next opponent. But this time we won the big one early over Texas A&M, and I think as we look back, we didn't have the right mindset, the mental approach to this game. And I don't think anybody in this program believed that we could lose to Northern Illinois. And sometimes you have too much pride and you get humbled. And we were humbled. And I think I often tell this group in this program, like, we have to keep that pain, and we have to remember what it was like to lose that game. And so we can never lack in the mental approach to the preparation. It's not just a physical approach, it's a mental approach. And we know if we don't prepare the right way and respect our opponents the way we should, then we can be beat by anybody in the country. And so that's what we got to understand. And it's easy at first to have that mindset. Now you've had a couple wins and people are telling you how good this team is, but we got to keep that same mindset. It's just, this is who we are. And we're not going back to who we used to be. And we got to approach every week with the right mindset.
I feel like Winston Churchill's pretty cool when I read what he had to say. I feel like sometimes I listen to Gary Vee, unless he talks about sports cards. Who is it that you can listen to talk and it can really fire you up or kind of reset you?
Oh, man. There's a couple people, every once in a while I'll listen to a motivational speech. We played a Kobe Bryant video the other day just talking about the mindset. I might listen to a sermon by T.D. Jakes or something like that. I'll listen to a coach. I talk to my college coach, Jim Tressel, often, who helps with my mental approach as the head coach and the leader each week. But I think you can grab wisdom from anybody. And it's all about, are you humble enough to accept the wisdom that's out there?
Do you still call Coach Tressel coach?
Absolutely. Always will.
And that's pretty cool. What about your high school coach? Do you still call him coach?
I call him coach. That's right.
That's pretty.
And I think once you have a coach, like especially somebody that's older than you and that's impacted you in a strong way, like they're always coach to you. And no matter how long or how old you get, they're always going to be coach.
Notre Dame known for their traditional uniforms. We know who it is when we see it immediately. In the land, though, of everybody wanting 10,000 uniforms, any idea to put like a couple hearts on the side of the helmet or just one game, switch it up, a couple lightning bolts? Or is it just we are who we are, we're not changing?
Listen, there's a little bit of both, right? The old traditionalists, every year we wear green jerseys, and I don't have to be on social media to hear sometimes the complaints. Sometimes even within this building, we have some guys that played here that just love the tradition of Notre Dame, and I can tell it kind of turns their stomach when they see us in green or wear a different combination. But I think part of it is that we have to remember what our tradition is. Like those gold helmets, the normal home and away uniforms is something that makes us unique. But the young people like a little bit of flavor, and so I think you can be somewhere in the middle where you let your players and your captains kind of determine what they want to wear for that week. But at the same point, let's not get too far away from the tradition.
What about people not wearing knee pads? You ever put knee pads in?
No. I mean, listen, as you look in the NFL, some of those guys don't wear knee or thigh pads. And, it depends on what position you are. If you're a ball carrier, you probably should have knee pads in. But a lot of guys on defense, there's not a whole bunch of cut blocks anymore unless you're playing Navy and Army. Knee pads can be overrated at times, but it's all based on the position you play.
What if one of your guys wanted to wear the old school single bar, Dick Butkus helmet, is coaches? Would you allow that?
Yeah, the only thing is you better be tough now. If you're going to wear one of those old school helmets, you better be tough and represent what that means. But as long as you go do your job and you're tough, I'm good with whatever you wear, man.
I got 3 final questions for you. I want to go back to the first time you ran through the tunnel as the head coach of Notre Dame. Very special, obviously. Can you remember what you were thinking or feeling right before you ran out?
I mean, there's an adrenaline rush that it's hard to reciprocate in any part of your life when you come out of the tunnel, and it's every week. It isn't much different going out for my whatever time this is going to be when we play Florida State in a couple of weeks than it was the first time. There's butterflies, there's an adrenaline rush from the time you're in that tunnel till you run out, and then you get to the sidelines, and then you got to reset and really get focused. But it's just something that it's hard to reciprocate in any part of your life, but I still get it every time I run out of the tunnel.
You mentioned Florida State. They're coming up next week. Whenever you're playing a team that maybe has not been record-wise as good as they were expected versus a team that's killing it, they're 6-2, 7-1. Florida State not that. I believe they're 1-7. What's the approach with the guys going, hey, they're maybe 1-7, but anybody can sneak up on anybody? How do you have that conversation?
Well, I think that for us, fortunately, we've been humbled, right? Is that we know if we don't approach this opponent with the utmost respect and prepare the right way, that we're going to get beat. And we've shown that by getting beat week 2 of this season. And so it's just a constant reminder. It's a constant demand as the head coach that we got to demand we prepare the right way. And then continue to remind them the mindset we should have. And then each player has to choose to have that right mindset. And so that's my job to make sure they're mentally ready, physically ready. But again, that's why we got to keep the pain of that Northern Illinois game, because we got to remember if we do not approach this game the right way, the outcome's not going to be what we want.
What's the rule on Instagram Live in the locker room?
I'm not 100% sure. I know we had a discussion about it. I want the young people to be able to be young and have fun, but also respect, the privacy of their teammates. And that was my biggest thing is you got guys changing and those type of things. We got to respect the privacy that happens in a locker room, but I also want you to be able to have fun, right? I know social media is real and you want to be able to experience that moment with some of your followers and stuff like that, but it's a fine line between it. So I don't have a rule that says you're not allowed to do social media in the locker room and stuff like that, but you got to be smart and intelligent and understand that there's a privacy aspect to your teammates too.
All right, final question. What if at halftime I wanted to take a shower? Could I? I was playing?
Let me see. You got about between halftime adjustments and getting back out there, you probably got about 7 or 8, maybe 7 minutes to get all your equipment off, take a shower, and get back into it. So if it's what it's gonna take for you to go out there and play well the second half, go get a shower, but make sure it's quick.
Anybody ever done that? I gotta get a shower, coach. I smell real bad.
No, I've never had it.
I'd for sure do that. No. And then I'd be late going out, and then I'd be benched. And I was really
exactly right.
I was having the
you
game.
You wouldn't be playing
life.
in the second half.
I know. And I had made 3 tackles for losses as linebacker. It's crazy. Coach, congratulations. Good luck this week against Florida State. We really appreciate the time. I would play for you. I say this all the time. I know you're not here, but I would play for you even though you would never let me. But I watch you and I'm like, that's a dude that I'm not like at all because I'm not near as tough or cool or good looking, but I would like to play for him. So congratulations, Coach.
That means a lot, Bob, man. I
Does
appreciate
it?
you on the show, man. And
All right.
would love to host you here in South Bend anytime, man.
All right, as long as it's not cold. All right, Coach. See you, buddy.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, one big story, Kevin.
Okay, we saw the Dodgers won the World Series. All that is great, but there's sometimes these fans go a little far. And LA, there's 12 people arrested and a bus set on fire and people throwing stuff at cops in LA celebrating the Dodgers win.
I was about to say let's go until the cop part.
Yeah, it's like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah. You know, I thought you were also going to bring up. It's been days, but the fan interference from the Yankees, hilarious.
That was amazing.
That's crazy, man.
That was excessive.
It was stupid, and they should be banned.
Yes.
Not just from game. They should be banned from every sporting event
Yeah.
for trying to steal the guy's glove, for getting involved. But hilarious.
And then grabbing his other arm, Mookie's other arm.
They try to take him. They try to take him. Not just the ball glove. They try to take him home.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always weird when someone wins and it turns into violence. Mostly, I think in Detroit when that happens, because they've had a couple really bad runs where they've won something and then burned things, and for some reason it's always couches.
Yeah, but couches are couches. Better than a bus.
But you're still burning stuff. Like, why burn when you win? You think,
Oh yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Either way, it's like what do we do? Why do we need to set things on fire?
I guess there's just energy. You gotta get rid of that energy.
Yeah.
This is raw energy. All right, Casey, you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, I want to kind of touch on the World Series as a Yankee fan. Just very disappointing the way that we blew it. And I'm just kind of looking ahead of this offseason with Juan Soto and where he goes. I heard that the Dodgers are now in play for him. The Mets are in play. I mean, basically all the teams with money. But yeah, I'm just I don't really know what's going on with them. It's going to be an interesting offseason.
Why does
sure.
New York suck at sports when they shouldn't?
I don't really know. I mean, the
Is
Yankees
it because they're
did make
splitting
the
the
World
two?
Series.
Okay, but they haven't won in 15. They haven't been.
Yeah,
they haven't been
we haven't
forever.
been in 15 years.
Right,
Haven't
so-
won in 15 years. Yeah.
I don't retract my statement, but I'll cut a sliver of it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it's because there's two of everything?
Maybe. I never really thought about it like that.
Not that I mean, it's just like there's the Jets and the Giants. They both suck. They
But you're
share
right.
a
It's like
stadium.
pretty unbelievable how
The
it's.
fan bases. Just imagine if you had a unified fan base rooting for one New York team. Like crap would happen, or they'd
Yeah.
burn that thing down.
Oh, yeah, everything.
But since it's kind of cut into two, you fight with each other.
Right.
You know,
You got the Yankees and Giants
Like, why are
fans,
they
the
all-
Jets and the Mets. It's kind of the usual.
do you feel
division.
like New York owners, like you could go through them individually, I feel like New York sports team owners are known as incompetent owners.
Yeah, well, definitely Woody Johnson.
Okay.
And Dolan, usually.
So the Knicks for sure.
Hal Steinbrenner is pretty just like, he's just complacent. He doesn't really care. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
And
You're right.
not a dig at you because my team also struggle mightily.
Yeah.
But it feels like New York should win more than it does.
Yeah.
But then imagine if New York just had one team because like go to hockey, Rangers, Islanders.
yeah.
Even though it's not in New York, but the ownership there.
Yeah, well, Dolan's the Ranger owner, so that's like the one thing that he has on his
Okay.
on his record that's good.
And they're good.
Yeah, they are good.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
they've made it far in the
Same.
playoffs.
I don't know anything about hockey.
I know very little.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about hockey.
No, they're pretty solid. But
Playoff
that's about it.
chances for NFL teams: Kansas City 99.9%, Buffalo 99.8%, Houston
Sounds about right.
96.7%, Baltimore 94.5%, Pittsburgh 92.4%. So those are the AFC teams in the 90s. In the 70s, the Chargers have a 78.5% chance. There is no 80s. The Chargers 78.5%, and Denver's at 66.2%. That'd be massive for Denver to make the playoffs.
Imagine. Yeah.
With a rookie quarterback, Sean Payton's second year there.
After blowing up the whole thing with Russell
having
Wilson.
no money to spend.
Yeah.
Wow. And then it gets into like Cincinnati at 22.4%, where Cincinnati has to win. I think we said 7-9, right? Is that what
Yeah.
Burrow? And he was like, we can do that. And if there's a quarterback that says that I will go, maybe they can. It's Joe Burrow, or it's Lamar, or it's Mahomes. There's like five
The
quarterbacks
five,
that
yeah.
would believe that.
Yeah.
What about Bo Nix?
No, not yet.
Because he'd say that.
Yeah, not yet.
He would say that.
And then everybody else kind of sucks here. The Colts at 21%, Jacksonville 10%, the Jets 9%.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time this airs, they'll have already played.
Yeah.
Because
drop.
we're recording this on Thursday afternoon. Predict the score, Casey.
I'm going to say that the Texans are going to beat us. It's going to be another heartbreaker, so I'm saying like 20-17. We're going to lose by like a field goal,
I think the Texans are a 1.5 underdog.
Yeah, we're a favorite.
Yeah.
We're
I saw
we're
that.
the favorite somehow. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I have no
They
idea.
lost.
Miami 4.3%, Cleveland 2.2%, and then under 1% Vegas, New England, Tennessee. All right.
Sounds right.
NFC. The Carolina has 0.0%. Are they mathematically eliminated, or they just have no faith?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 0.0.
Man, that's so sad.
The Giants have 0.1.
Wow.
Under 10%, the Rams and the Saints. Under 20%, Arizona and Dallas at 18.7%.
Yeah.
But you got to feel good. That's almost a 1 in 5 shot. That's better than you probably.
It's a prayer, is what
1
that
in
is.
5, not bad. Hey, hold on, Eddie. I wrote a number down. 1 through 5. Pick it.
3.
Oh, it's 2. You didn't go to the playoffs.
See?
But you almost went to the playoffs.
That's funny.
Seattle 33%, Tampa Bay 38%, the Bears 43%. Now you get to the teams over 50%. Minnesota 56.6%. San Francisco 59%. Green Bay 72% chance to go to the playoffs.
That's only because that division's so tough.
Philadelphia 75.8%. Yeah,
Because that's pretty low for them. They're really good.
Yeah. Philadelphia 75.8%. Atlanta 82.2%. That's because the
Wow.
division is not good.
Yes, exactly.
It's the exact opposite of the other.
Yeah.
Not that Tampa isn't better.
But they're hurting
I
now.
know they're hurting.
They're beat up.
I think mostly it's a future as
Yes.
well
Yeah.
as yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit 95.4%, and the number one, the highest percentage for playoff chances, 95.5% with the Washington Commanders.
Dang,
Dang.
but you don't believe.
I don't because it's too magical. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in magic.
No?
I guess I don't either.
Did you watch Disney as a kid?
Tale as old as time.
That's funny, Kevin.
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, and that's true. You didn't watch Disney.
I did not watch much Disney. No. Okay, I think that's about it. Just looking at the weekend, big games. Boise State's playing San Diego State. They're a huge favorite. We talked about Ohio State, Penn State. Miami should run. Is Miami going to lose? I mean, they're going to the AC Championship game undefeated.
Their schedule's so weak,
I know. Ole Miss at Arkansas. Ole Miss is a 7-point favorite. I think we're going to win that game.
Here we go.
I like it.
I think we're going to win that game. I think we're going to win. I'm not saying to bet it. I think we're going to win that game. And, you know, I think we're going to win it so much I'm not going. Because if I go, we'll lose.
That's good logic.
Yeah, I think we're going to win that game. Whatever. Army. Oregon's 14.5-point favorite in Michigan. Florida and Georgia. Georgia should run that one. The Texas A&M South Carolina game is pretty close. They're playing at South Carolina. It's a 2.5-point spread. Texas A&M's, almost 3-point favorite. South Carolina, they play hard.
Especially at home.
That would be really funny to watch South Carolina beat Texas A&M, then Texas A&M beat Texas.
That's why that spread scares me.
That-
2.5.
That'd be really funny for me, not for Mike D, though. No, Mike D would not like that. Okay, so there we go. And NFL. Cowboys and Falcons. Dude, if the Cowboys do it this week, they're back in it. My Cowboys are back in it.
We'll see. Gosh, it's tough, man. I'm not even excited anymore.
I know that feeling.
It's like I used to especially around right now.
I know the feeling.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
The
about
good thing
this
about
weekend.
NFL, though, is you can still be excited. Like, Casey cannot be excited anymore.
No.
It sucks. He's a Jets fan. That sucks.
I know.
They let him down. They couldn't beat a bad team. No offense, Kevin. But you can still be excited.
That's fair.
They look bad though, dude. They look like they can't play football.
Bills and Dolphins. Bills 6-point favorite. Bengals should beat the Raiders. If they don't, they're the New York Jets. And
It's
they're
over.
done. Yeah. Chargers and Browns. Let's go Browns.
Jameis.
Now that Watson's out,
Let's go. And it's not even that. I mean, yes, but Jameis Winston's awesome.
I
Like,
know.
let's go Browns. Titans are a 3.5-point favorite over the Patriots. Commanders only a 3.5-point favorite at the Giants. That's a weird spread to me. Saints, Panthers. Saints big favorite there. Bears and Cardinals. Don't care about the game, but it's a close. Cardinals a 1-point favorite. Rams at Seahawks. Don't care about the game, but the Rams are a 2-point favorite. And the Vikings big over the Colts. But here's the thing: the Colts have said that that Anthony Richards is not the quarterback anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
Flacco,
Got benched.
What'd you say his name was?
Flacco,
What?
Flacco, like
What?
skinny in Spanish. Flacco,
Flaquito.
yeah, Flacco.
Huh?
Is that not how it's
Again,
pronounced?
not saying you're wrong. I just don't say it like that.
Dude, I've always pronounced his name as Joe Flacco.
Does that sound weird to you?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I say Joe Flacco, but
Yeah.
also I'm from the South.
Oh, you say it like Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people look at me weird when I say it, but
No,
I just always
you
thought
may
that
say it right. That may be right.
Joe Flacco,
But he's extremely white, so I bet he says Flacco too.
probably.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say Flacco.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Hey,
Okay,
you
good.
just did.
All right, we're done. Thank you guys. My prediction is Reed will hit the one game on the
Let's go,
parlay.
baby. Let's go, Michigan.
Then we hate him for it. Eddie, you need to be excited about the Cowboys. You have another week to be excited. If they lose again, you cannot be excited.
I mean, I just bought my first jersey. Like, I have to. Like, I have to wear it. I bought a CD Lamb jersey. I hadn't bought a jersey in like, I don't know, 10 years.
You just bought a jersey?
Yeah.
Why?
From Fanatics.
Oh, with that
Had a
gift card?
Nice.
At least you bought somebody that you signed for.
Yeah, so you were
true.
kind of gifted a jersey.
But
then.
see, that, I did, but I mean, I made the purchase.
Sure.
But he's right. Like, when you purchase a jersey, you're like, all right, not necessarily a fan.
You're an
here.
adult man, though. That's weird.
I know. And I'm not going to wear it outside the house. I'll just wear it in the house. But you know, you got to think, like, how long is this player going to be here? Like, do I want a Dak Prescott? He's terrible. I don't know. I say
you are so fair weather. Like, I know you're a Cowboys fan, but you're so fair.
No, I'm
weather.
talking about players. When you buy the jersey,
I
like,
know, but
are we going to
still.
get rid of How long's Parsons going to be here? I like Parsons. Diggs, like, I don't know his lifespan with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be here for a little bit. I'll buy that one.
Mike, how do you feel? You're a Cowboys fan. Hearing Eddie
so
talk like
sad.
this.
Like, why is he giving up hope so quickly?
Have you watched their games, Mike?
They showed some signs of life last week.
For what? That's like when you like, you know what? No one's looking. Let's go. Like, the game's over.
Even being sad's okay, but to like hate on your quarterback openly like you just did, like he
What did I
sucks.
say?
You said Dak Prescott sucks.
He's thrown 2 interceptions every game. Like, and the passes don't look good.
He's been the biggest Dak defender for so long, and now he's like,
Yeah.
he sucks.
And after being burned so many times, you know, you got to admit when you're wrong. I was wrong.
I don't blame you.
Gosh, he looks terrible every single game.
I wish Dak could talk about our pickleball league on this show.
Oh, he would rip me apart. Dude can't even serve.
Oh my God.
We're out of here. Blow the whistle, Eddie.
All right.
All right, see you guys. See you next week. Bye bye.